So let's talk about consistency. One of the things that I would like very much for all of us to do going forward this semester is to be consistent about the way that we turn in our work. That being said, I'm going to open up a various number of things here. I'm going to open up Photoshop first, and I'm going to show you the three ways rather that I'd like you to turn in your work there. So if I create a new file and I go to, let's see, I'll just use this one off the top of my head and say create. All right, so, basically 8.5 by 11 or something like that. All right, so it's put in something, we'll put in some type. There we go. That's fine. So it's going to come in yellow. Let's put in another block of copy. We'll change the color to black. And we'll change the typeface to something else so that we've got a little bit of variance here. I'll do a Baskerville or something like that. The reason why I'm doing this is because of the fact that what generally happens in these situations, I'm going to open up another thing here, a shape. What generally happens is that you guys will do something and then you will save it, and you'll save it in your native format, which is a PSD file. The problem, and you'll just turn it in that way. And the problem with that is very often when I open it at my end, either you've been working at home on yours or you've been working at school on yours, and generally what you have to find out is that there's no consistency from one computer to the next over which fonts are available. But you'll have a problem with somebody like, say for instance, I had Arial here and I've got Baskerville. My computer up at the front, when I go to open it, show it to the rest of the class, may or may not have those fonts, in which case it will substitute a font, in which case the background will turn pink and it will put it in Minion Pro or whatever it wants to do. And that's not the way you want the class to see it. You want the class to see it the way that you perceived it to be when you created it. So when you do a file save in Photoshop, at least, let's do File, and then always go to Save a Copy. I'm going to save this to my desktop for right now because I don't want it going anywhere else. And I'm going to save it, first of all, I'm just going to say example 1. You could say concept 1 or whatever. It's going to go to the desktop and it's going to be saved as a Photoshop file. That's one thing. I want you to place that into your folder. But I also want you to do a file and do another save a copy. And the reason why I save a copy is because if you just do save as, you're sometimes limited down here as to your formats. I want you to save it as JPEG. So you're going to do example 1 again, or concept 1, or whatever the case may be. And save that to the desktop. And OK. And then the last one I want you to do is I want you to do file save as, or save a copy. And this time I want you to save it as a PDF, if we can find that here. Sometimes you have to go to, there it is, Photoshop PDF is fine. And we're going to save that one as example 1 or concept 1 or whatever. Okay, once we've got that all taken care of, the number of steps you have to go through in order to save a PDF. Once you have that done, these examples are all out here on the desktop. What I'm going to do is you make a concept, and in my case it's going to be Bowman _ T _ and it's going, in this case, it's going to be example 1. And what I want you to do, like if it's going to be assignment 1, project 1, whatever the case may be, I want you to do that. I want you to take all 3 of those right here, and I want you to put those inside there. And then I want you to do a right click, compress the file size. So you're going to do compress Bowman T example 1, and that's going to create this zip folder, and that's what I want you to turn in. This version here is for you, and you can probably take both of those and save them someplace other than on that computer that you're working on. I would prefer that you use one of these, like a peripheral if you've got one, and save it off on that. Make sure that you have a folder or a inside of your peripheral. In this particular case, I've got this one set up for my summer class. So I could set up a folder inside of that. It's for Computer Art 1 Fall of 24. And I could put all of those things in there by assignment. Assignment 1, Assignment 2, Assignment 3. That way, things don't get lost. You know where things are. Okay? That's it for consistency with Photoshop. We'll take a look at Illustrator next.